Live Aid from London with BBC TV and Radio 1.
Ah, well, that was the Star Council, Paul Weller and Mick Talbot. And backstage at this very moment with the man who organised this whole event, here's Janice Long. Janice, to you.
Richard, you were standing in the Royal Box. I was watching you before on a monitor, and they began the whole event. I mean, how did it feel for you, the culmination of all of your hard work?
Well, everybody was crying around me, you know. I just thought, Christ, what a noise, you know. And I think then the scale of the thing hit me when I saw all those people and the atmosphere of the thing, you know. It's not like any other rock gig I've been to.
It's all happened in a relatively short time, hasn't it?
About 4 months.
Now, how do you hope that the money is going to be used? What are your priorities now?
Keeping people alive still, not just now, but in the long term as well. I just want to say hello to everyone in Australia because they've been going for a few hours now, and I keep listening to what's going on there, and it's brilliant. So good luck to you all down there, and thanks for helping.
Is it grain or is it transport that this money is going to be spent on?
Oh, everything. Drilling wells, planting trees, transport, medicine, shelter. I'm off. I'm going.
I know you've got to go on stage. So, Mick Talbot and Mr. Paul Weller, who have literally come off stage, and poor guys are dripping with sweat because it's so hot out there. Well, I mean, stupid question, but how did it feel?
I thought it was very good. You know, I was a bit nervous, but I enjoyed it.
What about you, Mick?
Well, it was very nerve-wracking before it went on, but we went out there, and once you saw that crowd, you know, you just had to enjoy it, really.
What did you think at the beginning when the whole thing started? Because, I mean, we'd all heard so much about it, and you can't actually believe it's going to begin, can you?
Yeah. Well, I was just think the atmosphere is really good. I mean, you can tell backstage, everything's just people are just cooperating with each other, which is the start of anything.
What is the atmosphere like amongst all of the other bands backstage at the moment?
It's good. It's good for amongst everyone. I mean, any kind of sort of personal gripes or criticisms are left behind. I think, which is good.
Yeah, great thing that you go. You look at you, you're dripping sweat. Haven't you got a tissue or anything you can wipe yourself with?
It's all sprayed on, it's glycerine, it's makeup department actually.
How are the audience?
Terrific, yeah, really good. There's all sorts of different nationalities out there, which is great, you know.
Well, thank you very much indeed, and I'll go let you have a cup of tea or whatever. Now, don't forget, you can actually pay by post, and we do want your donations. If you can write, stop tickling me, Mick Talbot, to the National Giro Bank. That's the Live Aid appeal, the National Giro Bank, and it's P.O. Box 200, and that is in Liverpool. Send your money off now. And it's back to Richard, who's in the commentary box.
It's pretty sweaty up here, actually, Jan. I'd like to introduce a man from Band Aid now, the director of Band Aid, whose name is Kevin Gendon, a man who must be sweating for more than one reason today. You enjoying it?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I think it was fantastic. The opening set was just terrific, and I couldn't think of a better track to open on than Rocking All Over the World.
The question is, what is Band Aid as such? I mean, how is it built up? What's it made of?
Well, it started off, when it first got together, we only expected to raise somewhere in the region of £70,000. Obviously, we overtook that by Christmas. And then I got involved with Bob as what do we do with the money? So it was then we said, well, in the spirit of the record, we should really get people together to volunteer their time to help find out what the money should go on and how it should be distributed. And so that's how we as a trust and a group of volunteers operate.
How did you get involved? I mean, what's your experience in this sort of field?
Well, I'm an architect.
Oh,
and,
of course.
Natural. And I've actually worked in Ethiopia for projects on disaster preparedness back in '81, which unfortunately were never built. So there was a lot of frustration in my own part because as long ago as '81, people knew there was a famine building up in Ethiopia. Unfortunately, this was ignored by the major governments of the world, and so October's events overtook it.
Yeah. Now, you went to Band Aid eventually. Was that the first time you'd thought of getting involved in charity work?
No, I'd contacted Save the Children Fund and Oxfam throughout November and December, saying, look, I can speak some Amharic, which is the language of the dominant language of Ethiopia. I know about laying out camps because I did a camp for 4,000 kids, orphans from the war zones, and I'd like to work for free. I've got an architectural practice. I'll make it available for the extent of this famine to try and support you.
Right. What has Band Aid done so far in positive terms?
Positively, well, what we've tried to do is we've acted rather like it's good not being an existing relief organisation because we've been able to go out, take an overview of the situation, and we see lots of little holes in the sinking ship of famine, and so we've been plugging those up. And we've put out supplementary foods like milk powder and biscuits, and then we've air freighted out emergency flights of drugs and medicines, especially, cholera breaks out,
Yeah.
wipes out thousands of people. So we've tried to be a response agency.
What do you feel about, I'll show the Daily Express to the paper, to the cameras, and I'll read it. It says here, in the land of the starving, only the pigeons grow fat. This is the Daily Express's, I think, rather cynical story maybe today. What do you feel about that sort of story that's happening? Is there truth in it, that the grain and the food is reaching the ports but not getting across to where it's needed?
Well, that's right, but you know, there is I mean, I've just come back from Sudan on Tuesday night, and there is basically a shortage of vehicles. The logistic problems of moving the food both in Ethiopia and Sudan are horrendous.
How far? What sort of distance?
Well, you're talking about from Port Sudan to where it's needed, and there's 6 million people starving in the western part of Sudan. Is 1,500 miles.
Which is what equivalent to what in Europe?
Belgrade to London. And what you've got there is one tarmac road that goes 800 miles, and then the rest is desert. So, I mean, no one can have been able locally to plan for this disaster and the extent of it. And it becomes more and more apparent. I was in central Sudan last Sunday, and I was notified by the Concern team, the Irish charity, that a famine was occurring now in central Sudan. Another 1 million people added to the numbers already starving.
Well, with the problems of transport, is Band Aid getting involved in the transportation side as well?
We've just set up a transport operation in there to distribute food into Central Province, and we're working in conjunction with Save the Children Fund to take food to the West. So between Save the Children and Band Aid, we'll have the first coordinated radio-linked transport distribution network in Sudan, which we're very proud of.
What sort of money does it cost to set up that operation? I mean, roughly.
Or $5.5 million new, but we negotiated, bartered, squeezed, pinched, pushed, and got it for $1 million.
Brief. And basically the money that is pledged today, that is sent today to you, is safe in your hands. There's no way there's going to be fiddles anywhere along the way.
No, it's easy to say no, but basically the accounts are open, and we're a very open group of people. Members of the press have all been in to see Band Aid's accounting system, and as you see here, I've got telexes through from the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, World Vision, UNICEF, all thanking us for the support we've given them in getting their food, Oxfam, all giving the food out to their camps.
Kevin, thank you very much indeed. Keep up the good work. Don't forget, later in today's programme, we'll be giving you all the telephone numbers, the addresses, and the places where you can give money. So stay tuned to Live Aid today. We move on now. I think there's some more music coming up if we kind of move outside again into the sort of outer view of the stadium. And the next band, what is actually happening next? I've actually gone for the first time here. It's the Boomtown Rats. How can I forget Mr. Geldof?